how bad is porn, or how bad is fapping for you, actually? The simple, short answer to this is very. But it's a little more complicated than that. I could honestly go on an hour-long video about how bad and how damaging porn and masturbating is, particularly for men, particularly for young men. It is not a good thing, no matter what you read about actually, it can lower prostate cancer. Just don't, it's not good, it's not natural, it's not, it's very detrimental, it is very bad for you, for men, for particularly young men. And that's a good way to gauge things a lot of times. How unnatural is it? And if it's this far away from how natural things used to be, how things are intended to be, it's probably not that good. So, for example, like added sugars or hormones to foods, highly processed foods, those are terrible for you. They're so unnatural. But if you take like meat, which I get nowadays the way they produce and manufacture meat is not exactly the healthiest, but just if you go out and kill a cow and then cook the meat, that is totally fine. Very natural. Vegetables, greens, leafy greens, fruits, again, very natural. The porn, for one, is very unnatural. Masturbating, on the other hand, without porn, if you're masturbating purely without porn, okay, it's not as bad. It's still detrimental to a young man, but it is not nearly as bad as porn. Porn is very bad because it's it's like a fake version of a high value man of high values life. I don't think I worded that correctly, but let me try to explain. So back in the olden days, the highest kings and emperors and leaders, they were obviously the top dogs. They were the high value men. They would sleep with a lot of women. They would see a lot of women and have a lot of sexual interactions, sexual intercourse with them. But they had to work for that. They had to become kings. They had to become emperors. They had to conquer nations and fight battles to get to that point. They had to be respected amongst the townspeople, amongst the guards, the knights. It took a lot to get to that position. And then one of the rewards, I guess you could say, of that is being able to sleep with a lot of women. Porn has now done one of the effects of that and brought it to you. You can be a loser, out of shape. You could have no interaction, no social game with women. You could be so awkward. You could be smelly. You could be dirty. You don't take care of yourself at all. You could be depressed half the time. But you can, with a couple of clicks, get on the computer or get on your phone and go into Pornhub and see tens, hundreds, thousands of different women and their sexual parts. You, as a low value man, as a loser today, can see more women and their sexual parts than kings and emperors thousands of years ago. Think about that and actually deep that for a second. Imagine you are a king back in the old days. You have fought battles and battles upon battles. You keep getting this close to death. You keep getting this close to losing your life. But your courage and your drive and your strength drives you forward, and you constantly win and win. You start to give input on the battle plans. You're smart. You're thinking about how to improve your nation. You are brave. You're fending off evil. And you are conquering lands. And as a result of that, you become a king, and you now have the opportunity, after hard work and years of building yourself, building your strength internally and externally, and now you have this reward of being able to basically sleep with anyone. And then think about your life right now. I'm sorry, I'm not, just to say it, most men out there are losers, so most men watching this right now, you're probably a loser. I would still say I'm a loser. I'm still not great in life. I'm trying to improve, but I'm still not there. I would still say I'm below average, or not below average for today's standards, but below average for what a man should be. And we could see just as many, if more, naked women than those kings did. Think about that. So what does this do? It halts our sexual desire to actually go and fuck real women and to talk to them. Oh, because why would I go and risk looking stupid in real life when I could just go home and jerk off to these beautiful women online? It also ruins your self-image. You see yourself as this disgusting person. One, because you're not doing it with real women. And two, because, and when you're in the moment, you're excited, the testosterone's going for a little, because you are indulging in some sexual appeal, seeing all these women. But once it's done, once you've nutted, once you've finished, you then just realize, one, I've wasted maybe 30 minutes, an hour, just scrolling through Pornhub, finding the best videos. And then two, that this is not real life. This is not real love. Sexual appeal and the feeling is meant to go along with the intercourse. So when you actually love a woman, it is love. You're loving her. And that's how you show it. You're loving them. It's a very vulnerable and beautiful moment when a man and a woman go into sexual intercourse. You cannot say that with porn and masturbating. They're two completely different things. So I hope today I shared a little bit on how detrimental porn is and masturbating. If you want to stop, I wouldn't say try doing this nofap thing of going 50 days, 100 days without doing it, because more than likely you do it every day, at least once a day anyway. Right now, it's going to be hard. If you've been doing that for 5-10 years, it's going to be hard to train yourself to go completely abstain from masturbating and porn for like 100 days straight. You're going to mess up. I would say just stop try to stop watching porn as much. Stop trying to masturbate. If you feel that urge, just try to stop it. And if your lust ends up overcoming it and you actually do it, it's okay. At least you thought about not doing it. Now don't be content with that. Keep doing that. Every time you have that thought, just try not to do it. And over time, you're going to be able to stop doing it more and more. And over time, you'll be able to go days without doing it. But for now, it's going to be kind of hard. Just try to stop. Try to make an effort. Anyway, this has been your boy Hercules. If you liked the video, comment down below. And like the video if you liked it. Peace.